Hello, everyone. I'm Joanna De Ninis, and this is Truth Talk for April 19th, 2026. The topic for today is tolerance. So I don't know about you, but I feel like throughout my lifetime, I have tolerated a lot of things that I probably shouldn't have. I feel as though I was always seeing the best in people or situations, um, sacrificing myself at times, putting myself on the back burner, not being selective sometimes in who I was friends with or who I allowed to be around me. And, when you do this, throughout life and it's normal to you, right? There's nothing that would make you think it's abnormal, right? You're just going about your daily life doing what you always do, creature of habit, which most of us are, right? We don't seem to realize that something better perhaps is awaiting us or that we can choose something better, right? We sometimes just don't even think that. But we we always have the ability to try something different or associate with something different, try something new. I mean, how many of you, I know for myself, I like to try new places to go out, new restaurants, I might have had a good experience at one restaurant and I like it, so I go back there, creature of habit. I like this one meal, I'll go back there. But how do we not know? I mean, we can go to another restaurant, granted, it may not be as good, but we might find that that restaurant's even better than the one that we thought was, the absolute best. So sometimes we just have to, take a risk or try something new, right? Do something different than we're normally used to. And obviously, it could go either way, but oftentimes we're probably going to be pleasantly surprised or see a different aspect of something and go, okay, I like that. I can do this one day and that another day. And you just have a more rounded, experience. And it's a good thing because now you're maybe trying something different or trying something new, and that fits in with your lifestyle. So, but getting back to tolerance, there are certain things though that we should not tolerate. Obviously, that's disrespect, someone not valuing you, not treating us well, not treating us the way we should be treated, right? I believe in the golden rule. I talk about it oftentimes in my podcast, the golden rule, treat others the way you want to be treated. There's a certain level of reciprocity that we do expect. If we do good to others, we do expect the same in return. Sometimes people can't give equally, and that's okay. We can allow for that. But what I'm saying is over time, um, if it's only a one-way street and you're giving, 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 and the other person is not, probably should reevaluate that because there should be balance, right? There should be reciprocity and balance in our relationships. So, um, so oftentimes when a lot of us tolerate bad behavior or don't tolerate or do not account for that respect and that reciprocity that I'm talking about, um, we unfortunately are selling ourselves short, right? We might have friendships that are not the best, uh, marriages that are not the best, not an equal give and take, right? So oftentimes we get into relationships where we end up losing ourselves because we see the potential in someone and we think, well, you know, it's okay. Nothing's perfect and it's all right if I don't get, you know, what I think I deserve. That's what we don't want to do. I remember seeing a post on Facebook and I don't know verbatim what it said, but it was something to the effect of if you want happiness, if there's something that you don't like, just get rid of it, right? I mean, it sounds so simple, um, a no-brainer, but yet we tend to tolerate a lot, right? I suppose because I know for myself, when you're a person that loves and loves unconditionally and wants to trust and believe that other people are like you, you tend to give people the benefit of the doubt, right? And that's wonderful, right? Until you end up sacrificing yourself, your feelings, your wants, your needs, what you're deserving of. That's not good. So that's why when we talk about tolerance, we've somehow lost the idea of setting boundaries or setting an ideal of what we really want out of life, right? Whether it be in our whatever relationship, marriage, friendships, you know, uh, relationships with our children, we do have to teach people how to treat us. And um, yes, we love our children, we love our family, love our spouse, um, cousins, aunts, uncles. However, if they're not treating us well, family or not, we shouldn't allow it, right? We should, um, again, teach people how to treat us. And again, someone at work told me this because I thought, oh, you can pick your friends, but you can't pick your family. That's not true. Family or not, if you're not getting the respect that you deserve, family should not be in your circle. They should not be sitting at your dinner table unless they're respectful. Because again, when we want to create the life that we want, when we want to have the happiness that we deserve, it matters who is in our environment, who is sitting at our table, who is in our day to day life. And when we talk about energy, when someone has, not good energy, and you're like me, sensitive, intuitive, empathic, you're going to pick up on that negative energy. So you don't want that negative energy around you. So it's really a matter of like that Facebook post said. Again, I don't know exactly what it said verbatim, but if you want happiness, if there's something you don't like, just don't allow it or get rid of it or don't allow it to be in your space or in your environment, right? If I go to you know the example of a restaurant, I go to a restaurant, I don't like the experience, I don't like the food, I don't like the service, I'm not going to go to it again, right? It's that simple. Why would you put yourself through that again? I guess because we think that we're supposed to, be forgiving and tolerating. Well, yes and no, because honestly, it's about our experience. It's our life. We're in the driver's seat, right? We're not hurting anyone technically. I mean, it's freedom of choice. There's going to be other people that might go to that restaurant and they like it. You may not like it. That's okay. You have the choice and the right to go elsewhere, right? So this is the truth for anything that we do in life. We could have a certain service that we use in our home and it was going great for a little while and then it wasn't. So you know what? Try something different. If it's not working for me, I'm not liking it, let's get rid of it. You know, there's no reason why we should sacrifice our happiness or, take lesser than when we could have better, right? Um, it sounds so basic, but I bet you a lot of us out there, we don't follow. We keep accepting what I guess we're used to, right? Especially when we might have grown up in a household that may not have been as functional as we wanted to, right? And there might have been a lot of traumas that we witnessed as a kid that affected us, and we thought that that was normal. So as a creature of habit, we end up getting into a relationship that very similar to what we're used to because it's familiar and it's not good, but it's familiar. So we just keep at it, right? It's not until we have that aha moment, that epiphany or that awakening where we say, you know what? I deserve better. This isn't exactly what I want, right? It's up to us to make that set that boundary, make that change, maybe the relationship isn't what you thought it was, and you no longer want to participate in it anymore, you know? Um, and that's truly, we have that right. We have that choice. And we can always operate, even if we're, separating or, closing out a relationship, a friendship, we can do it with love. We can still, be nice about it. We don't have to be mean, right? We can just, amicably do things, in a calm, peaceful, harmonic manner, and still be fair, right? And obviously the person on the other side might be hurt or hurt feelings, but but we have to be accountable for our actions. If someone didn't treat us well and continued to do that and was never either truthful or authentic or accountable, that's on them, not on us, right? So, um, when you finally find your our soul tribe, right? The people that you want to be around, they match your vibration, your higher vibration, your higher frequency, right? Because you're working at doing good and making good choices, and you're now attracting those people. You're gonna be in a whole another, I don't know, environment. It's gonna be different than what you might have been used to, but you're gonna feel at peace. You're gonna feel a sense of harmony, when you are in a high vibration and you're attracting other people like you. It's gonna feel different than what you might have been used to when you weren't in a high vibrational place, or you did not attract the best people because you weren't in the best places yourself. So this whole thing is, you have, again, we have that power. We have the power to, elevate ourselves, to call in people that are matching our frequency, to choose better, to have happiness, to, move towards our goals, to achieve them, to know that we're going to have infinite possibilities, not coming from a place of fear or lack or insecurity, or oh my god, the shoe's going to drop. That's not a good place to be. Being hopeful that, no matter what, even if things aren't going the best right now, they'll get better, right? Just knowing that things will work out. If you keep doing the good things, the right things will work out in divine timing, right? But again, it's all about, setting those boundaries, not tolerating that bad behavior or that experience that doesn't serve you, right? That energy that's just not jiving with you in your high vibration, right? So we really have to, really put ourselves first, right? Because we can't really help others unless we help ourselves first. So really put ourselves first. First starts with health, right? Good health, right? And making good choices, um, living by the golden rule, making choices, decisions based on the golden rule. And once we're in a good place and we're in high vibration and attracting other people like us, right? So now we have community, we have a nice social, um, you know, outlet, a place, a comfort zone, like I said, a community of people that are like-minded. Now we can go and help those that are seeking assistance, that maybe um they would like what we want, but they're just not there yet, but they're ready. So we can help them because they want to help themselves, right? Because we cannot help people that do not want to help themselves, right? If people don't want help, we just let them be. And in timing, in divine timing, when they're ready, they will seek it. But we're not going to impose our values or our, feelings on someone else. It's everything happens in everyone's divine timing, in their own timing, on their own journey, right? Everybody's journey is different. But like I said, as long as we know what we want, what we will tolerate and what we won't, right? And we work towards that, right? Being healthy, making good decisions, living by the golden rule, things will work out and will come to fruition in divine timing. And we no longer have to tolerate the bad behavior or the disrespect or the selfish acts of another, right? We can create the world of our dreams, the world that we want to see happen, the the beautiful possibility that becomes a reality, right? That's what we want. So, anyways, I want to thank you for watching. Um, this is not scripted. Just I'm posting every day because someone suggested I do so to grow the channel. I want to grow this channel so that I can really further the reach integrative healthcare cause. The integrative healthcare cause will work alongside Western medicine, going to fund the cause and pay for alternative treatment, Eastern medicine practices to help people overcome their chronic health challenges. Will help everyone, but we We will pay for treatment for those that make less than 100,000 on their taxes, whether they're single or married. And this is just to be fair, because people that make that or more can afford their own alternative treatment. So, but I'm passionate about this. This is my calling, my purpose. A lot of us struggle with chronic health challenges and we think it's normal, right? We just, because it's not so far gone or so horrific, we tolerate stuff, right? Could be anything from chronic pain or insomnia, or we're having trouble losing weight, or we have some type of autoimmune condition, thyroid disease, or, Hashimoto's, just to name a few, right? Um, we tend to live with these things thinking that it's normal when it's really not normal, right? So the integrative healthcare cause is, like I said, my calling, my passion, my purpose. It's to heal people. My motto is heal people, heal the world, right? That's my goal and my vision. It's a big dream. We're going to start locally here in Arizona, and the plan is to expand across the US and perhaps beyond. So if you're interested in learning more, or if you have extra resources and you'd like to donate, that'd be wonderful. If you can't, that's okay. But if you go to www.reach, reache.group, group, you'll learn all about Reach, which is a support platform, and like I said, a nonprofit. There'll be on the website, you can join the Reach Facebook group, which is a support platform, or you can join the Reach YouTube channels where I have other videos like this that you can view. Everything on the website, if you click on it, it will pop up, a contact form will pop up, and this is so that we can stay connected. If you can please fill out all the fields. Promise I will not sell your information. This information will get integrated into MailChimp, so perhaps I can connect with you via a newsletter in the future. Okay, so please do that. Again, there's a place to buy merchandise for Reach. A portion of those proceeds will go um, to the Reach Integrative Healthcare cause. And again, you can donate on the homepage or on the causes page to the Integrative Healthcare cause if you feel moved to do so. Okay. Anything you can do would be greatly appreciated. It's going to a good cause. Like I said, we are a nonprofit 501(c)(3) organization. And like I said, the goal is to do some really great things and help people. So, anyways, thank you again. Have a good night. Until next time, goodbye.